Getting in shape is hard, especially when you work doubles, finish at midnight, and eat at random times. But it doesn't have to be, because the chefs who actually succeed, they're not doing more, they're not cut from a different cloth. They're doing this one thing differently. And it's so simple, you'll wonder why nobody told you this sooner. I still remember finishing a 14-hour shift, sitting on a milk crate out the back, eating cold chips out of a takeaway box, and thinking, right, Monday, I'll start again on Monday. But Monday never actually came, because life never calmed down. And for a long time, I thought that was just how it had to be. Until I realised something. It's not about working harder or more discipline. It's about thinking differently. The chefs who finally break the cycle all do one thing. They stop treating their body like they treat the kitchen. Because most people think they fail because they're lazy or unmotivated. But the chefs that I work with are some of the hardest working people I've ever met. The thing is, they used to approach fitness the same way that they would approach service. Extremely high standards, zero prep time, and constant firefighting. Obviously, you know what it's like running a busy service, but imagine doing it without any prep. That's how most chefs treat their body. And maybe you can scrape by for a bit, but it's gonna break down. And that's why normal fitness advice never works. So you don't need another 6-day split or to cut out carbs or to track macros perfectly. You just need a system that removes friction, that works with your lifestyle instead of against it. And that starts with 4 shift-proof foundations. When these click, progress stops feeling like punishment, and it starts becoming automatic instead. I had one chef who was doing 5 a.m. workouts, cutting carbs, and tracking every single gram of food that he ate. And that lasted 2 weeks before he crashed harder than during the Christmas rush. He didn't need more effort, he just needed less friction. So first off, expectations. Most guys fail because they're chasing someone else's routine. They see a personal trainer or some random influencer coach say train 5 days a week, and they think, I'll do that when life calms down. And I used to do the same thing. I'd copy a bodybuilder's plan off YouTube. But a week in, I'd be missing workouts and eating crap food again. It's not that I didn't want it enough, it's that I was trying to follow a plan that didn't fit my actual life. Shift-proof fitness means designing something that fits your energy, your routine, and your recovery, not just your calendar. Second is autopilot habits. The best fitness habits are like mise en place. Just set them up once and they run in the background. Because 2 10-minute routines done every single day is going to be one perfect hour-long session that you can only do once a week. Think about when your station's fully set. You end up in a flow state during service. But when your prep's off, even the simplest dish creates chaos. So if a routine isn't going to fit into your busiest week, it's not going to fit at all. I had a client message me after one of his most brutal weeks. He did like 70 hours or something. But he hadn't missed a single one of his shortened sessions that we planned for that week. And he said it was the first time that he finished a week feeling proud instead of guilty. And that's the win that keeps you coming back and keeps you moving forward. Third is simplicity. As a chef, right, you're already making 1,000 micro decisions a day. The last thing you need is another spreadsheet of progression plans or to track all your calories perfectly. Because by the end of the day, your decision muscle is cooked. It's absolutely fried, which is why simple rules win. So I use the rule of 3. Train, eat, recover, with one clear goal in each area. For training, you want to move 3 times a week, whether it's cardio, whether it's a gym workout, whatever. For eating, you want to have some protein in every single meal. And recovery, you want to sleep at least 6 hours, but more if you can. Keep it simple enough that it survives the chaos. And fourth, we've got certainty. The clients I work with who were the most concerned about motivation when they first started never end up struggling with it after a few weeks. Why? Because they can see progress. They have proof that what they're doing is working. And you don't need motivation when you have evidence. And every chef that I've coached who applies these steps sees results, even during the Christmas period. Because the problem isn't that hospitality makes it impossible. It's that most plans are just built for people who don't live like you. Take Alfred, right? He was doing 5 doubles a week, pretty much every week. He couldn't stick to anything that he tried doing on his own before we worked together. But once we simplified everything, 3 workouts a week, 1 meal prep day, and a few food anchors, he completely transformed in just 8 weeks without giving up all his free time. Not because he worked harder, but because he just stopped overcomplicating it. Before, he'd go from all in to burn out in the space of 2 weeks. But yeah, once we simplified it, his progress stopped being this emotional roller coaster. And look, right, you probably believed everything that I just said because I said it with certainty. That's the same thing that your body needs. Clear, confident signals. No guessing, no maybe next week. Just small, confident action that stacks up over time. It's like whoever's on the pass calling out orders with confidence. Everyone listens and everyone does what they need to do. And your body's exactly the same. When you send weak signals, it's going to hesitate. So the future of fitness in hospitality isn't more information. AI plans, cookie cutter workouts, influencer advice, none of it knows the reality of your double shifts, the stress, the energy crashes, but you do. And once your plan accounts for that, consistency stops being hard. It becomes inevitable. Imagine a plan that adjusts automatically when you finish at 1 a.m. It moves your next workout, it adapts your meals for the week. That's where this is headed. So if you're tired of starting again every Monday, start here. Because getting in shape is hard until you start doing this. So when you are ready to get in the gym, you're going to want to watch this video, and don't forget to subscribe.